January 15, 1919, was an unusually warm day in Boston. Temperatures had suddenly risen above freezing after a long cold spell. As the sun warmed the cold steel tank and the syrup inside, the molasses expanded, increasing the pressure inside the structure. The city of Boston, Massachusetts, experienced one of the most unusual and deadly disasters in American history. At around 12:40 p.m., a massive storage tank filled with molasses exploded without warning, unleashing a sticky, brown wave that rushed through the city's North End neighborhood. Molasses is a thick, dark syrup that comes from processing sugarcane or sugar beets. It's sweet and sticky, often used in baking and even making rum. But in the early 20th century, molasses also had an industrial use. It was an important ingredient in producing industrial alcohol, which was used to make things like explosives and fuel. Witnesses described hearing a loud boom, like a train wreck or thunderclap. In an instant, a 25-foot high wave of molasses exploded into the streets at speeds estimated up to 35 miles per hour, 56 kilometers per hour. The force of the molasses was so strong that it flattened buildings, destroyed wooden homes, smashed the pillars of the elevated railway line, and tossed vehicles into the air. People in the path of the syrup wave were swept off their feet and trapped. Some were crushed by debris, others drowned in the sticky flood. Horses and wagons were swallowed up. The Boston Fire Department building was hit so hard that its steel doors were blown inward, and several firefighters were buried in molasses. Emergency responders rushed to the scene, but rescuing people was extremely difficult. The molasses was thick, cold, and heavy. It stuck to everything: rescuers' boots, clothing, and tools. It covered people's mouths and noses, making it hard for victims to breathe. Many people were pinned under debris and suffocated before help could reach them. By the end of the day, the streets looked like a brown battlefield. Though more than a century has passed, the story lives on in books, museums, and local legends. It's often retold with a mix of shock, sorrow, and disbelief. Some people laugh at the idea of a molasses flood, but for those who lived through it, it was a terrifying and deadly event. The Great Molasses Flood is a reminder that even the most ordinary things, like syrup, can become dangerous under the right conditions. Behind its strange and sticky surface lies a powerful story about human error, ignored warnings, and the need for responsibility and safety in industry. It remains one of history's most unusual, but important urban disasters. It was a serious wake-up call. It showed what could happen when engineering failures, corporate greed, and a lack of government oversight come together.